I followed my dreams and opened an antique store to have adventures and spend time as a family. Sometimes you have to climb a mountain and open some new doors to find the treasures inside. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc. Hey guys, and good morning. So today should be an exciting day. I am headed out to visit a really cool scrapyard. I hear that it has lots of cool vintage cars going back even to the 30s. I've never been to this place. I'm gonna go out there with my friends Kelly and Bill. We're gonna go walk around and see what we can see and maybe even buy an old car today. But at very least, we're gonna do a cool scrapyard tour and I'm excited to see it. So let's hit the road and go check this place out. And because today might prove to be a pretty cool scrapyard tour, I'm gonna leave out the background music and just really bring you guys along in the adventure. So we're gonna head on the highway, pick up my friends, run a few errands, and hopefully see some cool cars today. And I have to go and pick up some oil cans and then get my friend Kelly. So busy morning, but you gotta make the most of your time when you're out on the road like this. And here's what I picked up, a couple of Prairie City Buffalo Motor Oil quarts. Very rare. Yeah, and if you're an oil can collector, these are pretty sweet pieces. But picking up my friend Kelly and off to go check out the scrapyard. Where are we now? Bonaccord?
Yep, Bonaccord. Yep, you can get your booze, cigarettes, and fireworks right here.
Oh, the liquor cabinet. Like mom and dad's liquor cabinet. Oh yeah, and then this guy.
Years ago, buddy, he knew I was into airplanes, and so he found an ad for me. A guy was selling antique wood plane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was a wood plane, all right. Plane or planing wood.
Like for planing
wood.
wood.
Oh yeah, and I just we both fell for it.
Antique wooden. Not an airplane.
Not an airplane.
Got to read the fine print.
That's the halo effect. It's exactly what I want.
That's the problem with buying stuff long distance sometimes, or when you follow up on an ad, that people don't advertise things the way it should be.
Oh, and another one that was funny like that, I was talking to a guy, I'd listed something that Kijiji wanted, midget race cars. I don't know if I put open wheel, but you know, anyway, so we talking to the guy that says, yeah, I've got a midget race car. We talked for about 2 or 3 minutes, and all of a sudden he started telling me how the doors were a little wobbly, and I'm going, doors on a midget race car? And he was talking to MG Midget.
Miners welcome till 8 p.m. So it's funny, when I was a kid, I thought that when it said no miners allowed, that if you were a coal miner, you couldn't go in because their clothes were all dirty. I learned later on, I had this vision in my head of all these coal miners getting off of work and going to a bar. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm sorry, yeah.
You're not allowed in here.
You and your black lungs.
That's right. Keep your black lung out of here. Yeah, that was not the case. Well, we're here. So the owner of the property said it's okay for us to have a look around. We're gonna do a little searching and see what kind of cool stuff there is, and maybe there's something to buy today. And Bill's about the only smart one here who brought winter boots with him. The rest of us are gonna have soaking wet feet by the end of it. If we get cold though, Kelly, we could light up that wood pile over there that's about 20 stories tall. Warm up by that. Yeah. It's about, what, a 64.5, 65? Mustang. New tires. Those tires. This car's got brand new tires on it, Vic. How's it look, Kelly?
I need a magnet, but yeah.
Pretty solid?
Yeah. It's not that bad. I'll close the door and see if yeah, not bad.
And this is kind of a neat one here. This might be a Divco delivery truck, but it says Hudson's Bay Company on the side. They made these, a lot of times you see them, they were milk trucks or milk vans. But what's cool about this is it still has all the deckling right on it. So this would have been used to deliver probably furniture, goods, who knows what, anything really. It's pretty well all there too. Ooh, look. Garage doors and bits and pieces.
Comanche disappeared. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, that's where they went. The old tow truck, Sierra Classic.
Yeah.
Absolute carbon copy.
That looks like a Trino sitting over there. Red and black.
Probably is.
Like a 69 or 70, something like that. I'm gonna peek around the corner and nice, there might actually be some muscle cars sitting out here. Okay, well there's a Cutlass.
What would you say this Cutlass is here? Like about a 70, 72, somewhere in there? Convertible?
Yeah.
Cutlass Supreme. This looks like yeah, this looks like muscle car row right here. That's a Charger. Or Super B. And then there's us back. What's this, maybe? Yeah, there's all kinds of cool old muscle sitting around here. Some old tractors. Kind of a catch-all. There's a little bit of everything. This is the high-rise Charger. They got the big 42-inch rims on there. Must be doing some work to it. I think he said he does some restoration out here too. It's another one. Row after row of these guys. Old tractor. Kelly, is this kind of what you did? Is you took the front end off a tractor to build the belly pan of your race car?
Yeah, just borrow the nose and then section it out.
I gotta do something kind of like that. Look at all these old trucks and cars out here. Holy cow. Sedan delivery too. So what are we looking at over here, Bill?
I don't know what that is. I don't recognize the grill.
Of this this guy here? Well, I'll go find out. I'll see if it's a DeSoto. That is a DeSoto. Early 30s.
Split windshield.
Suicide doors too.
Split windshield. Nice little car.
I had a Graham Page, a 36. I got from my grandpa, but it was already, his son had hot rodded it, right? And they're rare, but they're not super desirable, are they? Yeah.
Look at all these old trucks. I mean, I really have to kind of pan over to this side to show you guys what we're seeing on this side of the road too. This is a humpback sedan delivery. That's a pretty unusual vehicle. You see the roof line there. It actually, where the cab is, it kind of kicks up. It's a nice piece. Row after row. It's like being in a museum. In fact, cooler than a museum because it's all sitting out here rusty and dusty and just as it should be.
There's a boat tail project.
No way.
Like a homemade job, right?
So my friend Kelly has much better eyes than I do, but somebody was building a boat tail speedster right there. If you guys can see that, I'll zoom in. So that would have been like the Auburn Accord sort of style boat tail that somebody was fashioning, building themselves a sports car. Who knows if they ever got it finished or if that's as far as they got. Yeah, I mean, in one sense, you're right. A lot of this stuff 40 years ago, you could have done a lot more with it, but...
I guess you just take one and if you're in love with it, you just build one piece at a time.
That looks like a Monte Carlo. Oh, it's a Buick Regal. The basic same body as a Monte Carlo sitting up there. We lost Bill. He's back there on his phone. He'll catch up.
It'd be nice to find an old race car back here, wouldn't it?
You never know. I told him I was building a race car and he didn't flinch. I mean, there might be something back here. To think that places like this still exist. I mean, these places are just really magical. 35 Chev Master.
A lot of stories here.
Yeah, we gotta go. We
There's
gotta check
more
this out.
coming. Yeah, it's.
I mean, look at this, like hot rod material right here. This old Dodge, two-door coupe. I mean, it's all there.
There's the old seat material.
Yeah, it's got some.
I don't want to tear away at anything yet. But
No, probably not off something like that. But there are. I can see there's Challengers and Cudas and muscle cars. This place is definitely insane. It's on one of the top 10 scrap yards I've been through. I'm just gonna pan around so you guys can get an idea. I don't know how many acres this is, But it's not like this is new cars. This is a scrapyard full of muscle cars and vintage hot rods and the coolest of the cool. Oh, check out this convertible. It's easy to get distracted around here. I think that was probably pulled out of a guy's field and brought here. Look at the old roof line on that. And look at the one right behind it. There's a big pine tree growing up through it. That car's been upside down for a few years. Maybe somebody watching knows what that car was. But look how big the tree is. It's grown up through it. So this stuff has been here for quite a while. Considering the tree has grown up through that car, and it's got to be like 3 stories tall. This old Packard, I believe.
They're kind of a nice car, aren't they?
It's an old Jeep truck. Actually a very decent vehicle. Okay, this is something fancy over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably like a Packard or something. But you can tell when you see a grill like that, that's not an everyman's sort of car. Somebody sprayed primer all over the front of it. There's another good body right there.
You see those big Buick specials? There's some good looking old cars here.
Yeah, this old Dodge. I mean, if somebody's building a hot rod and they wanted something to build off of, something like that's perfect.
Yeah.
A lot of Mopar stuff. But is this a Packard that Kelly's looking at there?
Yep, for sure. Absolutely unmistakable.
Well, it's got that grill.
It's a Packard.
Such classy cars.
Like the first Indy 500 car was a Marmon. Yeah.
It's an old Marmon.
It could have been related because it's all back in 19...
Unusual. 29 Plymouth.
They're all related. They all work together. That's a rare.
Big car. Beautiful looking thing.
Looks like another
The tow
Cutlass.
trucks are popular too, eh? The old tow trucks, any style.
Oh, guys, level. Hey, there's a flat deck, Kelly. You can put your.
We're kind of seeing that. Like, it just doesn't have
Doesn't have the age.
the winch on it.
Kelly's looking for an old flat deck to put one of his race cars on.
You want a tilt deck thing? Or
Well,
what
I'm
do you
not sure. I don't
No,
have.
no.
Yeah.
Hey, what kind
Well,
of truck
tilt
you-
is always better, right?
What kind of truck you want it on?
34 Ford. I don't know.
Uh,
This one on Kijiji. I'm not buying anything right now because I don't have room or
It's a
time.
34 Ford. What is it? Is it a truck though? A big one?
Yeah.
Is this a Mustang Convertible chopped up sitting here? It is. It's it's reversed order. It's rear-ended itself. You don't see that too often.
I got lost to build a real nice one.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of convertibles out here. I just seen on top of the other cars, there's rows of like 442s and Cutlasses, and this is where they all went. Some Mercedes sitting there, like an SL 350 or something along those lines. Actually, it's a convertible too. It just has the removable hardtop on it. Yeah, I know my European stuff a little bit better than the American.
Yep, the guy has ambition. You can always find something.
Ooh. Comes with an expired bag of corn chips inside. Actually, the interior is not bad in that car. You'll find with old Mercedes, the interiors are always in perfect shape. My friend was joking and saying you could wrap yourself in MB Tex upholstery and probably survive an atomic bomb. There's stuff down this way. I'm going to catch up with my friends, but if I look over that way, I can see bullet nose Studebakers and other cool stuff. So we'll go check that out later. But for now, we're heading this way. Looks like another Charger sitting right there. Boy, is there a ton of stuff here.
That's fun. It's floating the boat. What kind of boat is it? Or it's showing. You got to see what I collect, right? It's kind of. It's obscure.
Look at all the muscle cars down here.
Education in Hershey, though, right? Look at the convertible.
Well, those are what, Starfires? Those are all Starfires. 63, something like that. Old Starfire convertibles. One, two,
They're older, those, eh?
3 or 4 of them there.
The tail light.
Sorry, I gotta come check out these Super Bees. All this American iron sitting around here. Some guy who's into muscle cars would just be beside himself right now knowing that I'm standing in a field full of Chargers and Super Bees and Cudas. This is crazy, guys. And he said pretty much everything is for sale. 69 Firebird, I think, sitting over there. So 67 or 8 Firebirds. I have a feeling this one needs a little TLC.
No, buddy at work is called like John Deere. It's the Waterloo boy, right? That's the.
Well, Waterloo was before John Deere.
Yeah. The
Okay, I guess I'm making the trip down here. These guys are staying on the flat road. I'm going off-road. Convertibles and trucks and GTOs. It's like I'm standing on the shore of a beach and the ocean just opened up in front of me. Look at this. And some stuff is somewhat organized. Like this seems like the newer Firebirds and Camaros are kind of together. You can see why that one got parked. Side swiped. Corvette. The 80s vet. What's left of it. T-top Camaros. Firebirds. Well, let's have a look-see. Yeah, that's pretty well all there. It's got the grill. A lot of guys pull these grills out to put them in hot rods. It's probably like a 53 or 4 or something like that. Sitting on all 4 tires. Oh, open the door if I can.
Look at a sample of the seat fabric.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all there. This one actually looks like it could be a driver with not too much effort. We lost Bill. He's down there exploring somewhere. Hard to know where to start and where to end. There's so much stuff. I guess we'll go this way.
Is it a Z or a Z28?
Depends on if you're Canadian or American. There's a ton of stuff here, guys. Definitely top 10 scrapyard so far. Everywhere I go, there's some kind of cool muscle car or bus or
Bus coming.
haven't seen a bus full of motorcycles yet, but who knows.
Well, I know why Vic said he didn't want to come walk with us.
Yeah.
Probably,
Well, plus he's probably seen it all before. It's all his stuff. It's not as exciting when you own it, but I mean, being here the first time, there's a lot to see. Look at all these 5, 6, 7 Chev, maybe Oldsmobiles. Yeah. All,
cars,
a bunch of knuckleheads. I see an old
Pegasus signs.
there is an old ambulance or hearse sitting over there, like a 50s Caddy.
South Edmonton.
Dodge Polara 500 convertible. Edmonton Handy Buses Association. But what's in the bus? Usually you have buses to put good stuff in.
Yeah, it's got
Looks like some upholstery inside.
It's got some character.
Oh, I like the headlights on it. That's actually a neat looking thing.
Nice looking bus.
It's all there.
I even like the paint scheme on it. Lenormand. I've never heard of a Lenormand bus before. Have you, Bill, ever heard of one of these?
I have not.
No.
Bill's feeling more adventurous. He's
Some guy
climbing in.
France just dying for climbing.
Maybe this was a bus they used in the original Speed. It's been shot up.
Full of methanol.
Yeah, I'm walking over to check out the ambulance. And it looks like an old Meteor here. Two-door hardtop. Gotta be careful because there's scrap iron under my feet. This actually might be an old Buick or Pontiac ambulance. Because usually the hearses didn't have as much glass as this guy does. Cool thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I see an old camper over there, Bill. Aluminum one. Off in the distance with round windows. There's a Charger sitting right in front of us too. Like about a 69 or 70. Looks pretty darn complete. I'd be a fool not to ask if some of this stuff was what his prices were. This newer stuff down these rows?
Appears to be.
Tow truck parts. I gotta walk up and check out this Charger. Look at this. That's got to be maybe a little later one. I was wrong. I don't think it's 69 or 70. It's probably like a 72 or something. No, not much of an interior in it. It's got the back seat. Glass is taped in, but still a really cool car just hanging out here. It looks like whatever Steve's Apex Movers, their whole fleet of trucks is sitting over there. That's a car that should be saved right there. That's got to get back on the road. When was this guy last on the road? 1985. Doesn't look half bad. Still air in the tires, hubcaps are inside. Seat, actually the upholstery is half decent. All those old moving vans. See ambulances down there. Yeah, the guy's whole fleet of moving trucks ended up out here. Nice old Ford truck, like a 75 or something like that. Short box. Cool taillights. No, that's not an Impala. Yeah.
Nice lines though.
It's about a 58. It's a Pontiac Laurentian. Maybe it's a 59. It's right around that age. It's a Laurentian though. Bullet nose Studebaker.
No bullet. Of course, right?
Oh. Bill is creating a path for us to get to this old camper. Where we'll find the body of the last guy who went in that camper. I'm gonna step in his footmarks here.
Well, we can say we followed in Bill's footprints now.
That's right.
Is that a good thing?
I'll make a straight track for you guys to follow.
There you go.
A little rough.
Yeah, it's got a bird's nest. That'd be the freshest eggs in that kitchen. Nice little Sierra Classic sitting there. No guys are into those. Body's not too bad. Pontiac Strategy 4-door. Sometimes you wonder how a car ended up in a scrapyard, and other times it's pretty obvious. Two-door post, little Pontiac 55 or 6, something like that. Single headlight, so it's got to be, yeah, 57 or before.
Motorcycle helmet. You're getting close.
Ah.
Evil Knievel.
T-Bird with the suicide doors on it, probably about a 68. For a four-door, that's a pretty cool car. In high school, I drove a car pretty much just like this Dodge. I had a 49 DeSoto, my first car. Probably one of the worst cars I've ever driven.
Yeah, there was kind of, it was
Nice old Impala two-door. We're walking over to have a look at this old cab over sitting here. That's actually not a bad looking cab. That's an early one too, isn't it?
He's got the donor chassis ready to go.
Vista Cruiser. This is an actual Vista Cruiser because you can see where the window panel is right there.
Time and away you go.
Oh sure, you put that cab on a modern chassis?
Nice looking.
Sure, it's great looking. It's got a nice grille too.
I know guys got one that's all done.
This grille is actually really nice. The chrome's decent on it. More cutlasses. Looks like a Cutlass convertible.
Others and himself. He races though apparently. He takes the drag in the US. That takes a lot of time, right? Yeah. That's his thing.
I'd probably just leave the paint, polish it up a little bit the way it is, get that thing running. Be a good little thing to haul bikes or, for me, antiques or whatever around in. Probably needs a heck of a lot of work to get back on the road. Oh yeah, why it was parked. Big old Buick, probably about the same age as my ambulance, like 72 or 3. This looks like a 53 Buick or so, old two-door hardtop.
Yep.
Sitting next to it. That would have been a pretty hot car. About a 72 Chev.
Or Corvair.
Oh yeah.
Ralph Nader said, unsafe at any speed.
I guess we better not go near it then. They're a neat looking little car.
Just needed some sandbags in the front, right, to get the wheels to stick.
I think this guy's been sitting here a while. It's a convertible. It has its own personal forest. More stuff down this row. You guys aren't gonna wander down this way? I'm gonna go down this way. There's Parisienne convertibles, old Chevy Bel Airs, including a convertible. Nah, homemade convertible. Didn't start off life as a convertible. Somebody must have needed that roof real bad. Ah, it's not that old actually, the PT Cruiser sitting here. Probably exactly where it should be. I say that driving an HHR.
He was drunk when he parked it there. He thought it was a classic.
Yeah. Little Chevy. There's been quite a few cool cars so far. These old wagons are getting harder to find, especially in half decent shape. We haven't found you a race car yet, Kelly.
No, it's probably at the very end.
Big old caddy. My parents used to have something like this when I was born. A 78 Cadillac, a big beast. I don't know if it gets any more interesting or if it gets worse. I guess we can go up a little ways and then turn around. Nice old Chevy truck. Yeah, there's a bill. There's been a few of these Studebaker Commanders with the wraparound. That's a Starlight. I think this is what they call a Starlight Coupe, hey Bill? Yep. But it's got the wraparound rear window. It's actually a fairly rare little car. They called it a which way car because it looked like the back end, which we're looking at, looks like the front end of a car.
My neighbor just restored one of them. Pretty same.
Same thing, hey?
Yeah, look just like that.
Well, if he gets ambitious and wants another one. There's a newer 442. A lot of Oldsmobiles out here. What I should be looking for is I need a horn button for my Pontiac ambulance, and I bet the number of Pontiacs sitting around here, there's going to be one that has a right steering wheel.
One right there.
Yeah, that one's got no steering wheel, but that old would be similar. There's another sedan delivery sitting right there, like a 53 Chev or something. You can hear the birds in the background. They're doing their spring call. Spring is here. Meteor Niagara. You gotta love the two-tone paint schemes on these old cars. They look good even when they're rusted out. More Meteors. Two-door hardtop. Right there. So we're gonna do a couple more rows and see what's at the shop too. He's got lots of buildings full of things, so who knows what there is to explore. Yeah, there's got to be 1,000 cars out here, close to it, and I'd say probably 75% of them are old classics. Oh, look at the Cadillac camper over there.
It's life, right?
So this was what, a 53 Cadillac, somewhere in there. It's been turned into a camper. A camper-lac. Or a Cadillac-lamper. Or a Cadillac-a-lamper. Cadillac-a-lamper. I think I like camper-lac. Okay, there has not been anybody down this way in a while. And I'm already feeling like my feet are starting to get cold. I got cold feet. Didn't get cold feet on my wedding day, but I'm getting cold feet now. Lots of Pontiacs down this way, convertibles. Well, let's go catch up with Bill, see where he's at. Maybe he's bought himself a camper-lac.
It's a two-door, right?
Yeah, there's a Survivor. That body looks pretty darn good. Two-door hardtop Pontiac. It's actually a pretty solid car. It's still got hubcaps on it too. How's the interior look?
Not good. The dash is nice, but the yeah.
Well, seats can be redone. Looks pretty solid. Looks like red oxide primer, so somebody probably tried to start a restoration on it and something stopped them. Usually it's lack of money.
But a good start if you're going to do one, that's where you want to go, right?
Coronets. Dodge Mayfair. What was Christine? Like a 57 Dodge or Plymouth. 57 Plymouth, I think. Like a Fury.
The fin area.
Well, this is a Mayfair two-door hardtop. I have a friend who's actually been looking for one of those. The old Buick. I used to want a Buick like this pretty bad when I was in high school. I mean, not in this shape. That would have sucked. I wanted one in nice shape. Oh, this big old, you see the limo? I'm looking at the limousine and I'm walking past, you know, probably like a 442 or something sitting there. Trans Am. That's a Cutlass. Big old Cadillac Fleetwood limo. Somebody put a really ugly sunroof in. Probably in the 70s when that was a big rage. This one has not been on the road in a while. Probably would have been an interesting car. Gray with a gray leather interior. Let's see. Probably best to go this way, I think. So just after high school, I had a 64 Buick Wildcat. Very much like the one that's sitting buried in snow. Mine was red with white as well. This one is a two-door hardtop. They oftentimes had a 425 nailhead V8. Really cool car, actually. And this one has the bucket seats with the console shift and the tack. That's a pretty neat vehicle to be sitting out here. They're a big car. Look how deep the snow is. If you can see, it's pretty much right up to my knee. Luckily, it's not cold outside. It's above freezing. I think it's probably about 1 degree Celsius.
Nothing's really melted.
No, it's not melting, but it's not.
Nice out.
Maybe I just have frostbite and I can't feel my ears anymore.
You have that purple complexion.
Washing machine row. There's always exercise bikes in scrapyards.
Something for the girls.
Yeah. Hey ladies, come to the scrapyard with us. We'll find you something nice. There's a Cadillac convertible. Still has the interior in it. Would have been white and red. Nice old car. Another convertible here. You know, you don't see two-doors that often, two-door hardtops. And this place is just full of them. He must have saved every somewhat salvageable two-door hardtop. Like this is an Impala, probably like a 63 or 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of 2-doors.
It's a two-door Impala. I probably shouldn't even say the years. I'm not 100% sure on the years. I know it's somewhere around there. I'll probably be off by a year and somebody will scold me on the internet about it. Which is fine. I don't mind because it actually teaches me.
Probably good we didn't walk through there. But
Yeah, considering how deep that snow is. I might have to revisit this place in spring. This is an interesting car here. It's got the sort of oval-shaped headlights on it, like a Graham Page or something like that. See the one next to it there?
Okay, yeah, that's different.
Yeah, that's kind of different for sure. Lots of old truck cabs down here too. Oldsmobile from the 80s. Put some seats facing backwards in that. Bill actually has one of those with the seats in it and the whole deal. Lots of Oldsmobiles. It's about a 58 Olds, I think there. Look at the chrome on this thing. Super 88. That's a lot of car. I mean, they definitely weren't worried about conserving steel back in the 50s. They probably had a bunch of recycled Panzer tanks to go through.
No, that is nice. Look at the tail, even into the roof line. Look at the big fillets of chrome, stainless steel.
Yeah, that's a pretty stylish car.
It's got the kind of the turbine space age thing going on.
But yeah, the taillights look like a rocket ship.
Yeah, that's all right.
Here's a nice old truck. I'm going to see if I can get over there. Judging by the footprints, I'd say Bill's already been here. This kind of has the look of a Diamond T. It is a Diamond T. It's got Diamond T hubcaps. Man, that's a rare truck. I'm guessing Bill saw that and took a beeline back to the shop to talk to the owner. That is a very rare old truck, that is.
Shaking hands right now.
They might be. Hopefully they are. That's a good piece right there. If you're not into trucks, that's the truck you want to get. The Diamond T. And I'm trudging through the deep snow, which is well over my knees right now. Hey, there's an old convertible over there, which is pretty cool. B, there's a couple old gas pumps too. And that's exactly how you want to find a gas pump. I don't think it has the skins for it though.
There's something laying on the other side.
You think the skins are kind of I think that's the door off a car. But these are good early ones. Oh, you can tell it's early because it would have had a globe on top.
It's got the ring up there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the ring. These both had globes at one time. So those are nice pumps. And see, there's another one there hiding around the corner. I don't know if you guys can see it. The blue one right there. That's how you want to find a gas pump. It's probably not how you want to find a convertible, but if you're looking for one. A Buick Wildcat. Not that old of a car, but kind of weird. I'm gonna couple early 70s Chryslers sitting there, the blue one and the yellow one. Maybe a good shell for a build. Another Torino. It's a real old mailbox sitting there. This is one of the heavy cast ones. A nice little pump. Probably from the 60s or something like that, but that's a nice size. Like, that's not very tall at all. Maybe up to your hip. Wouldn't take up any room.
Rumble seat or not?
Yeah.
Mine's not. Mine's a.
Oh, it's ordinary.
Yeah, and I got an actual factory Dodge luggage rack in the back.
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
I've got one of them luggage racks.
They're nice.
Yeah.
You got Dodge right in them.
Yeah.
What is this, Bill? Like 32 Dodge rumble seat?
34.
34.
34 Dodge Coupe. Yeah.
Rumble seat coupe.
Big, long.
Yeah, not many people have an airplane in their garage.
It's the same style.
Is that like a full airplane? The whole thing?
Got the cloth on it, right?
But is the whole thing there? Like,
I don't see the wings, but
All nickel or something.
Yeah.
And you got the long bars in.
But I had it all re-chromed.
Yeah.
It's really nice, so I didn't put it on.
and there's an airplane next to a
Different net, isn't it?
34 Dodge. That's a pretty normal day, hey?
That's a good looking car.
that's my favorite car. That's
Corvette
the one I want
convertible.
right there, yeah.
Ramrod, wow, 350.
And this is a
Ramrod,
Olds.
I mean,
This is a Ramrod 350.
Neat.
driver, belt driver, what is it?
383. Yenko Camaro. You guys aren't messing around.
And then it's straight heat in it.
SS.
I think it did.
Got room for it.
Yeah.
Cowl induction.
What that truck looks like. The pickup truck. It's got a straight heat in it. Yeah, it's an identity.
Yeah, nice.
V8
stable.
2-ton.
There's a pickup.
I never really go for screen.
442.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. I've never seen one.
Everywhere you look, there's cowl induction hoods and. And thanks so much for tuning in on another adventure. I'm glad you guys like to follow along with these videos. It's fun for me to make them. Don't forget to subscribe. You can also check us out online at curiosityedmonton.ca. We're on Facebook and Instagram as well. But thanks again for following us on another scrapyard tour, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.